Hey, come on, guys. This is Friday. Let's have some good morning from everybody. Let's do it, guys. This Friday. Come, everybody. Please key in good morning into the Zoom group chat and greet everybody good morning, right, before we start this lovely MAO once again. All right, this will be the last MAO for this week. So you will be hearing my voice on Saturday and Sunday. So relax a little bit, all right? Yes, you're going to hear me again on only Monday. Yeah, there'll be no weekend MAO this coming Sunday. Okay, I'm going to bring my family out. Yeah, let them enjoy a little bit. I've been working pretty hard every day. Thank you, guys. Why Sians? Why not get to hear Kel's voice? Oh, yeah, right. Now, there are complaints here that Kel, every day you MAO, you are so tired of your voice. Okay, fine, I understand. I can't find another replacement, guys. I can't, okay? It's not like the videos we have, the news channel, they have a different voice. Okay, guys, let's get ready for this morning. Now, this morning, okay, there ain't much news, but of course, there's some little sharing I'll start off with. Okay, let's start going on. Okay, let's just look at the world news first. So, is there a market on Monday? That's a very good question. Yes, I believe there is, unless it's a holiday. Am I right? Is there a holiday on Monday? I don't think so, right? I didn't see any memo on that, but I can be wrong. Anyone can share some light on this if you know that Monday's holiday? What's MLK? Sorry. Oh, Martin Luther King. Oh, it is. If that is the case, then that is okay. Martin Luther King is a holiday. Oh, so far it's 1 year. Okay, that there will be a holiday for that day. If I say that that is Sunday. Okay, I'll just check again now. Let me just check. US holidays 2021. Okay, just a moment. Let me check. Yes, it's a holiday. Yeah, it is a holiday. It is a holiday on Monday. Yeah, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Oh, I missed it out. Okay, great. Okay, so you guys can see my dollar index chart right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Their Monday is still our Monday. Basically our Monday night is their Monday morning. It's still the same thing. Yeah, the market will be pretty slow volume in short. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we saw the movement. Joe Biden has came out his stimulus package, and that led a little bit of the dollar movement, immediate effect. Then after that, it just taper off. In terms of the 10 years Treasury yields, okay, you can see that. Let's bring it up. Okay, it caused initial spike up initially to 1.128, I think, and then after that it came off a little bit. Okay, a little bit. All right. Okay, so that's what happened. And the virus front, let's take a look. Of course, these are numbers already come to the point of almost non-existent to a lot of people, but still we need to just take a look, keep ourselves abreast with what's happening. Still, the numbers are still pretty high. It's an average about 3,000 to 4,000 deaths in US. The virus cases starts at 200,000 almost every day. And then, of course, UK, the countries that I'm really worried, Brazil and UK are still doing, at those near the 50,000 cases per day. All right, this is still very disturbing facts and matters. All right, okay, so this one, we just put it aside because anyway, the market don't even bother by orders already. Okay, so today is 15th of January, 2021, Friday. Biden released the 1.9 trillion package. Hey, I thought it was 2 trillion, right? So apparently the number was missing out 100 billion. Okay, 100 billion is missing, but nonetheless, the market still likes to do that. Now, the question is why Joe Biden want to release it so fast? Of course, he needs to do something to make sure his people, the 80 million people who actually voted for him are happy, and hopefully the 75 million that voted for Trump is also happy, all right? So of course, you can see almost instantly on internet, everybody's saying, okay, what can we use the $1,400 to buy? Buy Tesla, buy this, buy that, buy NIO. Oh my God. So this money is going to go in the stock market. Okay, so yes, indeed, that is a possible hype up again, because every time when there's a government release such free money to the people, instead of using it for good usage, people buy into stocks. So probably that's one way to really stimulate the market. I mean, Singapore government should try looking at this. Anyway, yesterday STI closed at 3,000 flat, 3000.00. I mean, my God, I mean, 3,000 I can understand. 3,000, 03, 05, 15, 28, 36, whatever, also can understand. But 3,000 flat, wow. To me, is that okay? You know, it's how tough is it now to make an index be at flat figure? You say coincidence? Sorry, I never buy into coincidence. Not come to the market. So, okay, interesting. All right, before we start this morning, once again, please key disclaimer right now into the Zoom group chat so that I can be protected and you have identified me. All right. So it's very important for you to do me a little favor to key the word disclaimer. By keying the disclaimer, you have accepted the above and identified me, Kel, okay, from any futures losses on your own accord. Okay, do understand this. I mean, you win, you don't share with me. Obviously, if you lose money, you cannot blame me, right? I think that's a very, very, very fair deal here, all right? Okay, so dear all, do me a little favor, disclaimer, how many I need now? I have 115 people right now. I need to go at least 6, I mean, to be fair, 60. Okay, the thing is this, someone asked me this question yesterday. Kel, I have been observing your participants has been always between 60 to 70 initially. Then after that, it grew to 100. Then, but I realized that it stopped at 140, 150 around there. How come didn't like 200, even 300, even 1,000 like some other people? I say, yeah, Lord, I'm a very low profile person there. I mean, other than Facebook, you see me, you don't really see me anywhere, right? I don't do much YouTube videos and stuff like that. I don't have the luxury to do SEOs to put myself at the high. But I do have students making tens of thousands every other day. So end of the day is this. I don't need to be that popular, all right? Of course, I love money. So of course, if end of the day, if this thing can go to thousands of views and hundreds come in, of course I'll be very happy. But I'm not going to push it. End of the day, as long as my students make money, I'm more than happy. Now, will this MAO be eventually meant for students only? It is very possible. I'm telling you this, it is very, very possible that my morning MAO will later on be only for students only. Yes, because end of the day, I realized that it really have to give back to the students. They have been supporting us. But of course, students-wise as well, right? Obviously, people who continue to support me will definitely be the one that I want to, help them out and do good. Because I know that some of you have texted me over the last 2 weeks that you guys, because of the morning MAO, you'll make money every day. Yes, almost every day because of the morning MAO, they make money. So I'm very happy for all of you. Thank you guys for all the disclaimer. All right, so you heard me very clearly. There is a very good chance that the morning MAO will only for students in the future. All right, so that's something that you must take note of that, huh? Okay. Okay, so thank you guys for all the updates. There's more updates came in, like Anne, Eugene, Park Wing. All right, thank you guys for all the updates. Every time there's updates, I'll update over here. All right, if people ask me, Cal, I want to see your MAO, where should I go? Man, I can't find it on this Facebook. It's not on Facebook, my friends. It's on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Trade with the Boys. Key the word Trade with the Boys. You will see this. Now, I have 244 subscribers. I mean, I say I'm not here to become a YouTuber. So my numbers are ridiculously low, but it doesn't matter. My main thing is that whenever I upload, right, it will auto notify you guys, okay? So instead of rather and ask me when is it coming out, you just go to YouTube, find me, then you just subscribe. So next time, within 3 minutes, the moment I upload and it's on live, you should receive a notification from YouTube itself, okay? Clear? Okay, yeah, thank you. All right, the thing is this, okay, now Russia have, for the first time, holds more gold than US dollar in the 583 billion reserve. So this is from Russia Reserve, okay, apparently this is updated on 12th of January 2021. Okay, you can see right now, there's a little upnote, this little point here, you can see that? Yeah, at this point here itself, you can see that the black line has surpassed the dollar. So what you can see is that, okay, the Russians are reducing their dollar and increasing their gold reserve. So what does it tell us, right? That means that the scarcity of gold is going to be lesser. And thing is that people will want to find, if there's any chance that people need gold, they'll be to buy at a higher price. So what's happening is that, of course, you may say, Cal, but this one, okay, is still a very old data, 2020 and stuff like that. Is it useful and stuff? Now, my point is this, you must understand that is one trend here, the dollar, they are pushing it down, they're selling it off and they're buying gold. So it doesn't mean that straight away you must go in and say, oh, KLC said that I'm going to buy more gold, right? No, that's not the point. The point is this, I'm telling you, the boys are keeping gold, accumulating gold, and releasing the dollar. Hence, therefore, right, later on, when the gold bull rally comes, then the gold price will go up very fast because the supply is not as much. Okay, got my point here? Okay, anyway, this is just a little something I unearthed this morning. I just share it with you. Okay, morning MAO is about doing this alternate views. You don't see all these views popping up in most trainers PowerPoint, because end of the day itself, right, you really need to dig, all right, do all these details. All right. So now Biden has just released his 1.9 trillion COVID relief plan. I mean, the point is this, being a president-elect has the power of doing that. Okay, anyway, he did it. So the direct payment of $1,004 to most Americans, bringing the total relief to 2,000, because earlier was 600, right? So that is the total amount. So they're going to spend it on the per week unemployment benefits. Are pretty good. The federal minimum wage is $15. That's pretty high. Okay, and then of course this extending and the conviction and foreclosure of the moratorium, okay, until end of September, sorry, and stuff like that. Okay, so basically there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I look at it like it's pretty good. I'll be very honest, it's pretty good. So I cannot deny that. Okay, I buy you. Seems like it's okay. But of course, this 2 trillion price tag is going to have a lot of Republicans not very happy with that. And one of them is definitely like this guy, Rand Paul. He's going to be very upset with this, okay? Because already spending 9 billion, he was very pissed off. Think about this now, 2 trillion, okay? Now, do note, of course, when you spend more money, everything will be depreciated. That is definitely for sure. And second of all, inflation will definitely come in once again. Okay, so basically, there is going to still, it looks good, flexible, all right? I mean, to be honest with you, this is pretty decent package here, okay? So the eyes now will be all on this Federal Reserve. Okay, Chelsea, market didn't react much to the stimulus package. Of course, the market has priced in. I mean, ever since when Biden really became the president-elect, right, when the news came out, this stimulus package already priced in already. So everybody is buying for more of like certainty and making sure that things going to happen in between. So I would say that, right, yes, it's in price in. And of course, one thing, if it's going to price in, the question is, will it go through? So if it don't go through or it delay, the market will get a little bit upset. Okay, Chelsea, you heard me, yeah? All right. Now I'm reading off you guys' questions on the Zoom group chat. Now, Jerome Powell definitely has to really keep to his words, because he says that no interest rate hikes on the horizon as long as inflation stays low. Okay, so you can see that he's at home, very nice home in Paris. All right, seems that, right, as long come to interest rate, we will do that when the time comes. But at the moment now, he says you don't need to worry, and even there is an acceleration on the inflation. Sorry, they have tools for that, and they'll use them. So which means that they will go all out to make sure the inflation is going to be low. So the question is this: well, he's saying that, another side saying this. Federal Esther George cautions that inflation could rise faster than expected. Right? How come like that? So apparently this is the Kansas City federal president, and okay, it means that in Federal Reserve there's many sub-president. So apparently she says that, right, she expects that because of the recovery from the pandemic, inflation is going to go up. Now, of course, how can we see that very clearly? You see the home prices is going record high. You see that cost of living is increasing, and of course, people's job is actually reducing. So these are all the key factors here. And of course, the best way to gauge this, because Federal Reserve use a very different way of calculation their inflation. We look at the 10 years yields, okay? Look at the yields, I can see if the yields are moving higher, that means that inflation is creeping into the system, all right? So that's why we are watching it very clearly. Now, of course, some people ask me, Cal, how come other trainers don't talk about this? I say it depends, okay? Different trainer, different style. So please don't compare my style and others. I like to do macro picture, then I go down to the micro picture, then I go to the technical picture, and then we get a very good feel of the market in general. Okay, so different people, different style. Don't compare, guys. Okay. All right. So gasoline prices are the one I told you guys. Gasoline prices or crude oil prices will be the one the market will be watching. And truth be told, apparently itself, the CPI number of December actually traded a little bit higher. And the main driver is gasoline prices. Now, of course, there's a question mark here. Hey, I thought COVID, right? How come the market, if it's COVID, then there'll be no people really traveling? Then why is the crude oil price going up? Do note, okay, you must understand that the the US, although the pandemic is ongoing, but they still, regardless, okay, open business. Okay, of course, putting a lot of them in trouble, but no choice. They have to do it. So that's why there starts a bit of demand coming in. Planes are still flying around, and of course, people getting sick, but it doesn't care. Because at the end of the day itself, they really need the economy to move. If not, they're going to be starving inside. All right. So we mentioned that as long crude oil price goes up itself, you have to watch carefully the inflation, and a bit is happening. So we can see from January the 4th, the yields have moved up, right, about nearly 15% on average. Okay, so this is one reason why the market is not really moving up as much as, even though we have now a 2 trillion package compared to the 600, compared to the then 900 billion. This is more, right? 1.1 trillion more. I say 1.1 trillion more. Sorry, but the market is not reacting that much because of this problem here. Okay. Right, so we saw what happened last night. The stock prices lower down while they were waiting for that. On average itself, right, most of the tech shares came off. All right, because if Biden, this thing is going to go in, then of course the question is where the money going to come from. And obviously one of the places that the money coming in is from taxation. Now, do understand this, Democrats believe in taxation, very different. So if let's say they're going to really introduce higher taxes, obviously the tech company will have to be hit a little bit. So that's why you see share prices like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, Apple all go down by 1%. So you must understand this, very important. I'll show you later on. And of course, they say that, right, as you say, right, it's in line with expectation. That's why the market is looking at, now the market is looking at 3 different pillars. One is stimulus, second is vaccines, and third is earnings. So now we already have our stimulus, okay, in a way. If we come out, okay, this is a checklist done. Now, vaccines is ongoing, but very slow. Total now, the total vaccination administered in US only 10 million. Now, do note, US got 360 million people, okay? So you're telling me now only 10 million people is administered. We are talking about less than, 3%, less than 3% of it. But of course, they say that it was to give the first right to the older folks and the frontline people. Okay, I can buy you. So maybe this is get better. All right, now do note again, I'm not going to just pour cold water, but we do know that the virus is basically mutating or evolving. So I just have a question mark like this vaccination, first wave after they use it, would that be still usable when the thing changes? All right, and earnings. Okay, this is something very critical. Now, earnings, we do expect earnings to drop in December. Yes, I repeat, there is an expectation across the board that December the earnings should be a little bit lower because as you saw, the last 3 months from October, November, December, you do see unemployment going up. You do see that people is actually seeking for insurance claims and stuff like that. So there is a possibility of this earnings going down a little bit. So there will be this upside plus flat plus downside. It's going to be a bit of mix and match. Okay. Now, if let's say now the vaccination is good, okay, people likes it and really it protects us, and of course earnings changes or the forecast is even stronger, then the stock market will go to 32,000 easily. Okay, you heard me, huh? Heard me, huh? Now, yesterday a friend of mine, he bought me some drink and he bring to the office. He said, Kel, wait a minute. You see, during your MAO, right, you keep on saying that you are bullish. What if suddenly the market crash, then you become the wrong person, you're being pinpoint again. I told him, I said this very clearly. My macro view of the market economy is bearish because I think it's overvalued. And I think that the fat lady is already on the stage waiting for the cue to sing. But before she sings, all right, as long as people want to buy and as long as Federal Reserve is buying, calling for buy, or putting more money into the market, there's no way this market is going to fall. All right, if you heard me correctly, all right, can you key number 1 right now? Because in case, people will want to capture the part they want to hear. Okay, this is really scary. I mean, this said, my friend is with me before he, I think after he finished his school, I know him, and then I saw him go overseas, come back again. Almost 10 years already, this friendship. Really, seriously, this is a good friendship we have. So he asked me, Cal, please make sure you clarify yourself again because I only hear bullish from you. I say that. Did I say only bullish? Okay, anyway, thank you guys. The jobless claim yesterday surged to the highest weekly since August. That's my point. The reason why I say October, November, December, the market earnings shouldn't be good because apparently jobless claim again goes up. Now you can see that it's creeping up, right? And it's slightly higher than average. You see that over since September period, right? It's the highest, okay? So that means more and more people are losing job again, all right? It's supposed to be December. It's supposed to be a good time to employ people for jobs or part-timers, whatever. But apparently it is still no good. But of course, you look at it from the other way, it's well above the pre-pandemic time. Oh, okay lah. So you're telling me that it's better now. Oh, okay lah, I buy you lah. But you look at it before that itself. Oh my God, you see that? Back then it's really low number. This is high number. You can see it's almost 3 times the average from before the COVID-19. So, you know, it's not good. It's really not good. But again, oh, thank you, whoever texts me. Let me being a bear. No, I'm not a bear, actually. I'm a trader. Okay, I do whatever I need to make money. Okay, so Dow Jones yesterday, wow, very slow. Wow, I really can't take it. I was watching my YouTube, watching my shows and doing this and that until I couldn't take it at 2 a.m. I gave up. Shit. After I gave up, wow, my God, the movement came at the back. This is really terrible. But anyway, the Dow Jones was basically flat for entire day. I mean, flat as in not moving now. Then it came down towards the end of the day. All right. So, okay, fine. So the thing is this, the Dow Jones feed is because watching for the Biden news. Okay, it came out already. And of course, everybody's just waiting for the stimulus package. So which means that now it's out. Yes, indeed, likely, as we know in Wall Street, they buy on expectation, they sell on facts and figures. So now the facts is already right. There should be profit taking today. Right? Should be, yeah? All right, not 100%. Now, of course, the thing is this. On the flip note, on the side note now, right? There are actually people now looking to wait for Biden to go out. Yeah, looking forward. You know why? Because they want to impeach him. Oh my goodness. I mean, serious. Even Trump, when he went out, he got more than a year or two before people want to impeach him, right? Oh, now already people want to impeach Biden. Before even go out, want to impeach him. Oh dear. And but he didn't do anything wrong, right? No, they're not going to attack him. Seriously. They know that Biden got one very, very weak point on him, and that's family and the son, especially. So they're going to attack him towards that point itself. And of course, I really hope that he can take it. He can take it. Because seriously, okay, he better, you know, for his age, it looked at when he was agitated back then by DT back then, right, during their so-called debate, right? You can see his eyes are on the burst already. So I really hope that he okay lah. Stay healthy, for his own good. Okay, anyway, that is the Biden thing. Okay, so let's recap what happened on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday itself, I mentioned to you guys that Dow, it will go up. And I give you a number. You see, I give you a number. I give you a number 131187. I say that the Dow will go to P1, right? You go to P1 at 31187, all right? And of course, it went there. Now, how many of you made money from Dow yesterday on the long side? Long side, okay? If you've done that, please key the word Dow long. I mean, you really you did Dow and you went long. If you had done that and you make money out of it, congratulations. If you didn't do it, then never mind, it's okay. So apparently, okay, only me. Okay, so apparently Dow really went up to 31,187. And then, of course, as you know, later on, good job, Jojo. All right, it went down below OP, and obviously it was supposed to go down to P2, but of course the selling came only towards the late night, so maybe they had full strength to go down there. Now I did mention that KSI is green, right? So what you do at -1 to -3, you can look out for buying opportunity on the intraday chart. Okay, so let's see what happened on the intraday chart. Okay, so intraday chart, right? The market did not go down to KTR -1. As a matter of fact, we can see right here, we can see how crazy it was that once the market hit the KTR +1, you can see that as if this is an imaginary line in the market. Now, this number 31210 is constructed by the system itself every single day using a mathematical formula based on the opening price of the market. And after that, you can see, that means that in the morning when the market was here, you can tell yourself this: if the Dow Jones go to KTR +1 and you feel like selling, then you sell. So throughout the whole day, you can do nothing until it reaches this point here. And if you want to sell for whatever reason, then you sell. So that is my point. The wonderful part of this system is that you are not supposed to do reaction mode. You're supposed to do what I call preparation. You can prepare for this. So of course, the Dow was holding the pivot, really crazy. And obviously the one that triggered the sell-off was this one here. Can you see that? That is a BNB followed by a color change. Can you see that, guys? It is a BNB, the yellow bar is a BNB, then followed by the color change, the red bar, and bang, that was where it goes down very fast. Okay, of course, by the time I slept, if I was around, maybe I can make some apple pie of this, but too bad lah. I slept already, too tired. Went for football yesterday, you see. Okay, so this is what happened on the Dow Jones on the intraday chart itself. Okay, all right. Well, only one Jojo actually went long on Dow Jones yesterday. All right, so I do a bit of special sharing first before we skip to the charts now. So this is something that I want to share with you. The investors really love what's going on. This is the S&P 500 12 months forward returns. And you can see that now we're talking about euphoria level, right? We're talking about year 2009, we're talking about 2001. Back then, the euphoric was about 60, 70% level. All right, the composite itself was about 1.5. And now we are at 1.8 and at 80. So we're talking about 24 years high. I repeat, 24 years high. I mean, my point, I'm not saying that it will not go higher, but let's just face it. What more do we have right now? We're talking about already confirmed Joe Biden is going to be the next president. Okay, very confirmed that the stimulus package is out. So that means that all the positive news is no longer there. There's no more positive thing unless the earnings really goes up or unless the vaccination really prove good, then yes. But if you look at it now, right, earnings, we all know that it will not be good for this coming January in terms of the earnings for December, for last quarter. Then the vaccination is going so slow, very, very slow, 10 million. So my question is this, all these things is going to hold the market a little bit. So I cannot deny myself telling you this, guys. The fat lady is definitely on the stage, okay? She's definitely on the stage and she's about to sing, okay? She's about to sing. So you just have to stand by for this. Sorry, my bad drawing, okay? But whatever, you understand my point. She's on the stage right now, okay? All right, but again, until she sings, everything status quo, okay? Got it? All right, so this is something that I'll share with you. Now, yesterday I shared this before, I understand. Okay, so people ask me, Kel, can you explain a bit more on this again? Okay, I do it for you. Because today, lesser other news. Okay, you can see that this is the World Tech 12-month forward earning. Okay, in short itself, right? People are not expecting earnings to be good. Okay, because the forward earnings is look to be bad. Okay, that's how it looks like. Okay, this is what happened over the period of the last few years. Okay, this one you got it. Okay, now. Obviously, if the earnings ain't good, the stock market, if it's going up, it will definitely cause a bit of disturbance. Now, you may say, Kel, how can the earnings be dropping when the stock market goes up? That means that the prices is going up, the prices. Okay, the price is going up. Stock prices goes up, but earnings coming down. So there will be a point whereby it will decost and then people get realization and then they sell. Okay, all right, do understand this? Okay, so Kel, I don't understand. How come the stock market can come down in prices? Okay, how come the stock market can come down in prices? I see drop here, right? Then after that, the forward earnings goes up. Now, it's very simple, guys, because when the price up to 4, right, the earnings still the same, the oil price is 4, right? So obviously, the forward earning will become positive. So that is whereby when stock basically prices, right, get way, way too high over the forward earnings, right, you will see this probably. So, and of course, you can see for technology shares, interest rate is something that they are very concerned for. And you can see every time when there is a showing of movement there, okay, creeping up towards it itself, right? You can see that. Okay, something like this. Okay, the stock market itself will react accordingly. So that's why now you're seeing that this yield is going up and the stock market is going up, right? And this is there. So that means that we're talking about, you know, like the planet alignment all seems to come in line already. So again, the question is, do you believe in this? Because anyway, we say, Kel, maybe this time is different. Now, every time when we see something like this, we tell ourselves every time is different, but the charts don't lie. So unless telling me now after 4 times in front, you still believe that it's not going to be different, then it doesn't matter. End of the day, it's a personal choice, okay? But you must understand it's fact and figures because I only show you fact and figures. I don't talk and talk and talk. I show you facts and figures. So this is something you must take note. Since November, December to January, you notice that the FANG stock other than Tesla are actually tapering off. Do you notice this? Do you notice this? Okay, a lot of you didn't notice this. Let me just bring it to you. Oh, I see some selling in the Dow Jones right now. Okay, but okay, I told you guys there'll be profit taking on Dow Jones today. It's happening right now. Okay, before we go to that, let's just bring from the tech stock in. Okay, Apple, take a look. Now you look at that Apple, right? Apple shares have been coming down a bit. It's off the high. Okay, as Apple. Then we talk about Amazon. See, can you see that? It's coming down. Amazon is coming down. And we have is what we have, Facebook. Oh, Facebook is even worse. Okay, coming off. So some people say that, see, Facebook, right? You ban Donald Trump, you see, wow, really instant reaction on Facebook. Well, I said already, Facebook will come down soon. I told you guys, Facebook back then, at about this point here, I told you Facebook will come down, and indeed it has came down already, and more to go, I believe that. Google also have came off from the high. So this is very, very clear. Netflix also. So that's the reason why, wow, what went up then? The banks. The banks are the one that went up. The banks are the one that really goes up. See this Citibank? Wow, you see that? Crazy, right? Look at this Bank of America. Is it? BAC, right? Okay, it's going up. You can see like Goldman Sachs going up. Now, remember back then in the time in September, I actually told you guys in October, right? There will be the point whereby they allow banks to do share buyback. I told you guys, and a time when it happens, initially the market came down a little bit, but after that, this is the power of share buyback. You see, woohoo, share buyback. This is how it is, the rotational play. So of course you may say, Kel, then can we buy bank share now? Wow, that is the craziest thing to do now, guys. Really, forget it. Okay, don't chase after the dragon, all right, guys. If you have missed the buy, just drop it. If you want to buy something, you buy something that's cheaper now, like the tech shares, but not now. Let it go down a little bit more, okay? To jump in to buy the bank shares now is suicidal, guys. I tell you this, it's suicidal. If you don't understand my point of this, do understand this, okay? When the tech shares valuation is doing this itself, okay, you can see that the tech shares, sorry, the equity market will drop. So don't go and chase after the bank now, okay? Don't, okay? Don't, okay? Yeah, apparently, yes, Colin, all the IPOs are going nutcase. The penny stocks are rising, but this is very little. I mean, basically itself, right? I mean, this is the broad base are pushing it up, broad base, but all these are very scattered sense, okay? So once any shake in the market, the whole thing will collapse. All right, so that is my point here. So no, please do not chase after the bank shares now. Not now. If you miss it already, forget about it, okay? Forget about it. Okay, guys, so let's look at the market right now. Oh, okay. Wow, you see that again? I really must consider become a fortune teller. Really. Look at it. Oh my goodness. I never changed the line. I told you guys that yesterday there will be a resistance at approximately, right? I can't remember the exact number. Sorry, bad memory. Yeah, 31197. Remember that? Remember that? We say that 31197. Anyone remember that? The 31197. Remember the number? If you remember this number, can you key yes into the Zoom group chat? I told you guys that if the Dow Jones hit 31197, right? If you really, really want to really do a sell there, then do it. Correct or not? I think if you really want to do that, wow, I see how many cells, yes, okay, must do a screenshot. Wow, you see, so many of y'all say yes. Let me just show your life. Okay, later on, I just do the screenshot right here. Yes, indeed, I really said that. Yeah, of course, I said that. I know I said, because remember, I having problem to show you guys, keep on trying to figure it out to draw it properly. Yes, indeed. So how many of you have profited from there? That's the question. How many of you have profited from there by doing that? After you hear me saying the number, do you go and sell it down there? Anybody did that? That is more important. Okay, if you've done that, congratulations. Well done, guys. Well, oops, sorry. Okay, so it have came off. Now, this is something that I tell you guys. When come to technical analysis, a very crucial point is you must hear me. A very crucial point is that you notice that it touches once, twice, thrice, 4 times, all right, something in a row, all right, or in a way, then today it come off. Now, this is not a good sign. Today, I give you another 4D number to take note. This one, I believe it will might touch, is this figure. MA 30, 30607. I repeat, 4D number, 30607. Okay? Now, we are now at 30,939. Kel, you're expecting a 400 points drop from here. Are you serious? I'm just relating the MA number, okay? I'm not saying that the Dow had to go down by 400 points. Even 400 points, so what? What's the big deal? Come on, man. Nothing, no big deal, okay? No biggie here. Do note, 400 points now is not even, it's only 1.1% of the Dow Jones right now, okay? It's a small number. And with Monday being the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, then of course, people take profit before the long weekend makes a lot of sense. And there's something that I need to warn you guys. Okay, I did not do this because I think that it may create a wrong impression. But you must remember, last 2 weeks ago, I did tell you that I don't believe that the one that went into the Capitol building is the Republicans that support Donald Trump, because you know Donald Trump do preach non-violence, because you can see he really don't. The 4 years inside, he never really go for war. He go for peace in a way. All right, again, doesn't mean that I changed my view on him as president, but at least we will be objective. So he believed in Christianity, he believed in God, so fine. So I don't think he need to do that. So of course, this conspiracy theory says that the Antifa is the one that creating all this problem for Donald Trump. Now, take note. Until today, one camp have been keeping very quiet, and that camp is the camp that say that they will support Donald Trump on the 16th of January. This one, you must remember that. This camp is the one that has the guns, the military power, and they say, I will keep quiet until 16th of Jan. By 16th of Jan, if I still don't see any chance that Donald Trump will still retain his presidencies, then they will react. Now, these are the guys who meant what they say. So tomorrow is 16th of Jan. Of course, we're talking about crossover the week of the time zone, maybe Sunday in a way. That's my point. So this weekend will be a little bit scary. So if you tell me now, we've now no more stimulus package, 1.9 trillion deal is up, the Federal Reserve not going to pump in more money, at least for now, at least, you know, because of now I'm talking the yields is going up, I think you should take sell position. Yes, you heard me. I think, in my opinion, if the rules applies, take a sell position or reduce your portfolio this weekend. I mean, today lah. Yeah, reduce your portfolio today. Now, of course, you may say, "Hey, what if Monday morning gap up? How?" Okay, then my fault. But anyway, I'm giving a friendly advice. Okay, there's something that I saw on the side track, but because I cannot confirm and validate this, so I will not release on this MAO. But you heard me correctly. I'm advising you today, if you can, as a friend. I'm not registered, not licensed MAS or whatever charter financial thingy. I'm just advising a friend today, stay on the sell side or take some profit off the long side, some, okay? Heard me? If you heard me, please key the word hurt, H-E-A-R-T, okay, hurt me. Thank you, very important, huh? Okay, so let's look at the weekly chart. Seemingly, it has touched my level. Now it's black. So let's take a look and we see what happened by the end of the day. Okay, loud and clear. Thank you for all the capital letter come already. Okay, guys, thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, I mean, end of the day is this. I don't benefit from you guys making money. I mean, other than you buy me a drink, you buy me some food, I'm happy. I'm a very happy person, easily happy one. As long as you treat me nice, I treat you even better. You treat me lousy, I give you hell. That is my style, all right? My typical Leo style, all right? So, yep, do me a little favor. This is no good. This is no good. I haven't seen the chart this morning, honestly. Okay, so very clear, dear all. Okay, I'm gonna give you another 4D number right now. The next 4D number that I'm gonna show today is 30,895. Why? That is a KCB level. That is a KCB level. Okay, which means that if the Dow Jones is gonna come down, it may drop all the way to 30,895. But you notice this? Wow, the last few times when this KCB was triggered, every time the market rebound, every time 895. Okay, let me show you now how does it work. 895. Okay, I clear the screen and then I just do this today. I can do a bit more sharing. Okay, now I'm gonna screenshot, make it smaller. Okay, everybody take a look. Oops, sorry, too small. Okay, all right, so the KCB, okay, came from the day chart, okay, and you can see that right over here, okay, over here, every time when the market goes below the KCB, it goes down, right? But once it crosses the KCB, it goes up very strongly. The last time was 2 days ago when it dropped to the KCB level. Can you see that? The KCB level, 30895. And once it touches again, bang, the Dow goes up. Okay, understand this? That's why we want you to have this KCB early, because I know that this will happen. So you can see beautifully every time when the Dow hit the KCB level at 30895 and then followed by color change CCRY, bang, the Dow goes up. Can you see that? Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker for all of you and change my colors. Apology. Can you see that right now? Every time when the market hits the 30895 level, then after that, the Dow, if there's a CCRY, it will cause this Dow to recover. Okay, so we are just marginally away from this 30895. But there's a condition, there must be a CCRY there. If there's no CCRY there, you go and do it, it's going to be a big problem. Okay, all right, heard me? Wow, morning MAO. Starting already, got nothing to do already. Cool. Now, I mean, all this is really for me. I foresee this coming in, honestly. Some people ask me, Kel, why only now you release KCB to people? I mean, it's been there for years. Because I said before, KCB most powerful is when the trend changes. And every KCB later on will be a very clinical, technical support or a form of resistance. So now the Dow has been going up for the last 12 years. 12 years. So now the KCB will be very critical for traders already. That's the reason why we are releasing this for that particular reason. We really want you guys to make hell of money from the market, okay? It's our own interest by doing that. Yes, indeed, today the KCB and the KTR -1 happen to be around the same area, so it's a stack. So do understand this, there will be some form of support around there itself. Because the day chart, let's pull a day chart once again. The day chart today, the KSI is still green. So definitely when the Dow Jones comes down to KTR -1 to -3, there will be support. Colin, you got it right. Okay, there will be support. So guys, watch out for this. But of course, the key reason why I'm calling for sell at the moment now is 30983 is the pivot 2, right? So as long as the Dow stay below pivot 2, it will always be selling because it's below OP and below pivot 2. And also watch out for this. This today's cage is there. The new cage support level is yesterday's low, 30988. So if the Dow closed below today's below the cage support level, then coming Monday or Tuesday, there will be some selling on that. So this is something that we can do a forecast already, even before the market trades. Crazy, right? That's trade with the boy system. I love this system, man. Okay, so you got an idea now? Cool. How about Nasdaq then? Well, Nasdaq point of view, I told you guys there is a very strong support level due to the BMB at 12855. As long as the Nasdaq stable 12855, there'll be very strong support. So same thing, guys. Later on, if the Nasdaq drop to 12855, look out for potential support. Now, do note today, interestingly, the MA30 is moving even higher now. You can see that it's tightening. Chart is coming off. Okay, the chart shows that it is lowering. Can you see that? But the MA is going up. Of course, it's maths. When it's mathematics itself, doesn't care how your chart look like. The math still continue. It's a formula. So there will be a point whereby the chart and the MA will meet again. So the last time when it happened, the market push up. The last time it happened, it pushed up. The last time it happened, it pushed up, right? So obviously, you cannot deny me telling you this. If the Nasdaq comes to the MA30, do expect that be some, what you call artificial support back then. Okay, there will be. All right, there will be. Yeah, watch. Yeah, normalization. Okay, all right, a good word for that. Thank you. All right. Okay, yeah? Cool. Huh? Okay, I just now forget something to share with you, something very critical, very important. Hold on. Sorry. Where are you? Okay. Do note, all my friends, all my students, KCB got another thing that you must know. If the Dow Jones today, unfortunately, really this happened, huh? If the Dow Jones today closed really below the KCB, that means it closed below 30,895 for whatever reason, do you notice that there is a very big gap here itself? This is the one that I'm actually want to tell you. If the Dow Jones cannot hold 30,895 today and close below 30,895, then there is a possibility to see or witness a potential 500 points drop. Now, 500 points is a lot of money. If you know how to utilize it, it's going to be good, right? It's going to be a 500 points movement. Okay, can you see that? 500 points. Now, of course, the first thing is you have to close below 895 lah. But you say, Kel, it's a strong support, right? Yeah, that's why I say 895 will be a very strong support. As long as the market do not break below it, you're fine. Okay? All right, close below it, sorry. Got it? Got it, huh? Okay. Okay, so Nasdaq, let's look at Nasdaq today. Nasdaq. Oh, sorry, some flies running around. Anyway, this is the Nasdaq weekly chart. So same thing once again. I show you guys this is an artificial resistance and support level. I'm watching this closely, and that's a 12855 level. All right. So for Nasdaq, let's take a look. Nasdaq today also testing the pivot tool, but strongly supported now. 12902 is supported. So as long as Nasdaq hold on for, that's cool. But Nasdaq got one little issue. If Nasdaq breaks below that figure, 12897, and below P2, right? You notice this is a free float all the way down to 12671. Okay, 12671. If this happens, things may get a little bit drastic. Okay. So my point is this: KSI remains red. Sorry, remains red. So that will be selling. So there will be selling. So that's why you see already. I told you guys yesterday was a good day to take profit off the table because I told you the KSI the day before was red, and indeed yesterday Nasdaq came off. All right. So you must trust the KSI. It does have its reason to be there. Okay. All right. Cool. I see the Dow recovering a bit. That's good. All right. So let's see what happened throughout the whole day. Still too early to call. Very early. Now S&P 500, I told you guys 3781. So just now this morning went down to 3784 and then rebounded already. So I repeat, the 4D number for today S&P 500 is 3781, and this is a very strong critical support. You can see that as long as the market stays above 3781, the S&P 500 cannot drop. But on the flip side, if it drops, then the next thing it will go is the MA30, and MA30 will be here at about 3749. 3749. Now it's important to keep now all these numbers, and you put into the day chart, intraday chart. Then you just put those levels in and remind yourself, when it hits there, what do I do? Hits there, what should I do? You got my point. So that is the right way to use my MAO to the best. If you do not do all this, then you're going to be a waste of time, because hearing me will not help you unless you have super photographic memory. Okay, got it? All right. Okay, so that is the S&P 500. Megaphone are going to change much, nothing going to change much. Okay, so until it pulls back, if not, you're just going to leave it alone. All right. How about gold? Gold. All right, gold yesterday was again pretty flamboyant. It went up initially, then towards when Biden released the stimulus package, right, price come down. Now, of course, again, people ask, Kel, I thought stimulus package is good. How come the gold come down? Now, I already explained this in our group chat already. All right, it is because definitely there will be a need of change of, there will be a lot of funds moving around, and apparently it will cause gold to have a temporary pullback. There will be this cost. All right, so that's the reason why you can see gold coming down, even though the stimulus package means that putting more money into the system. Okay, so this is what gold happened yesterday, and now basically the news media, most of the traders are expecting the low prices going to come in because of the bond yields risk on sentiment. Risk on means the risk is coming into the system. So people are getting a little bit jittery, and that's why they want to dump gold. Whoa, so you see, funny, right? I thought that jittery should buy gold. I say it's always like that. It doesn't really mean that bad news means must buy gold. Sometimes bad news, they'll sell gold instead. So this is something that you must understand. It's a little bit different. Okay, so gold yesterday, wow, did a doji. Now gold create a doji means today likely there will be a potential big movement, because every other time when there's a doji, you can see that, right? Apparently it's doji. The next few days there'll be a directional move. So of course back then in December there were two doji side by side, but after that the market bottomed out, right? And then gold shoot up already. So today we can see that yesterday closing price was a doji. So watch out for today's opening. It could create a pretty decisive win for today. Okay. Now for gold, yesterday we mentioned the KSI was red in color. So that's why anytime when the gold comes down to -1 to -3, look out for buying interest, right? Remember that? I said this before. All right, so let's see, did it really happen yesterday? Let's take a look. And beautiful. Oh my goodness, beautiful. You see, when gold came down, it broke below pivot 2. So we understand gold should sell down. But I also tell you that when you go to KTR -1 or -2, once the market reaches there, it formulates a CCRY, you can go in to buy. You see that? Yesterday, there were 4 instances to buy at the KTR because of that. Okay. Now, of course, you say, KL is below pivot 2, I'm not comfortable on the sell, fair. But if that's the case, then the answer is, when the market goes above the CCRY and goes above the OP and the pivot 2, then you got no reason to sell already. So first wave was here, second wave was here. Of course, second wave didn't make much money before it collapsed, but at least you know that you buy wasn't wrong. So this is a very important thing that you must do when you are using the day chart for terrain. Okay, all right, hopefully you all got my point here yourself. Do watch out for that. Now, the thing is this, when I say -1 to -3, meaning, right, when the price come to KTR -1 to -3 or +1 to +3, then you see it hitting that point, it reacts with a color change, then you trade. You do not, wait for, you don't need to trade towards that. You just wait for it to hit there. If it got supported, then you buy. Okay, same thing for selling. It's the same concept, all right? Okay, so that is yesterday's goal. Of course, there were 2 KCX and both KCX was profitable, right? Now, I'd like to take this opportunity here to explain something on KCX since we're online right now and there's some time in a way. KCX was created to help traders to find the bottom of each cyclical wave. The $2 target is because when the KSI is red in color, right, you go for $2 gain. It's all in the circular. It's all in the online videos. But if, let's say, the KSI is green, you can hold for more profits if you don't mind holding it. That's my point here, my friends. So again, someone here in one of my students is saying that my KCX is bullshit because he said that KCX doesn't work at all. It's really the risk off is really doesn't make sense. You win $2, you risk $8. Come on, that's not the right way to explain this. The $2 is a target if the KSI is not in line. Number 2, your dollar risk value, whatever you risk in the market, right, is already money that you are allowed yourself to lose versus the range multiplied by the value per point. So which means that you will never lose more than you can afford on this particular trade. But apparently this student construed a different way. He said that you win little bit, you get to lose a lot. Now I know that a lot of you love KCX, right? So I just want to ask you guys, how many of you love KCX here? If you like KCX here and you think it's a good system, a good indication of trading, please key KCX right now in the Zoom group chat. So at least I can understand that really you like it or not. If you don't like it, just tell me upfront and say there's a bullshit indicator. It doesn't help me. It is lousy. At least I know. Because it's so sickening when I see this particular student running around and telling this bullshit stuff. So I'm going to remove him very soon. Yes, you heard me, it's a him. Yeah, it's a him. I'm going to remove him very soon. That's why I'm very pissed. Because end of the day is that you again don't try to understand the system. You don't understand the system, you learn from me or you learn from the seniors, at least it's fine. But you basically come in and then give me trouble repeatedly. And now we can see that very clearly you really say so badly. And the worst thing is that you even advertise other trainers to my other student. Come on, man. Seriously? I mean, why must you do that? So I'm going to be upfront here. It's a morning MAO, but since you quoted me like this, I'll quote you back this way. Okay, I'm going to just screw him off. And I have enough evidence because this is all students telling me. And they have screenshot to tell me that he said all this. I mean, put it this way. Now, anyway, the trainer that he mentioned, JT, is also my ex-student, just that you know, right? I'm probably the granddaddy of many trainers here, but I don't want to say anything else. End of the day, we are all here to help each other, okay? So if this student later on disappear from the group chat, no need to get upset, right? Because you know what you don't. You know what you done. All right. I don't remove people like that. I am a guy, only when I'm very confident, I do things. Okay. So thank you for being part of the family, but goodbye. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So maybe like it's all the rain, all the water. You see, if you don't like KCX, then you will not benefit from the Bitcoin. Look at some of the students. I mean, I don't quote his name. Oh, you know, the guy who called me uncle, uncle. Oh, come on, man, he's older than me. Look at the KCX. This is yesterday's Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. How is it? I mean, serious. Okay, let's just be honest here, okay? Not every trade will be good. Some trade is screwed up. But overall is the point that we need to justify. You cannot, because of one lousy trade, you slam dunk it. I already tell you it's 78%. I did my back test numbers. It's not even 99%. It's not 95%. It's not even 85%. It's not even 81%. It's only 78%. Why? It spent over 3 years of data to come up with this. Serious. Yes, I will not take out KCX. Hoseng, don't worry, Hoseng. I will not take out KCX. I'm going to just remove him later. Yeah. I mean, this is stupidity. You know, look at it. You see, the concentration, I told you guys, once you see a KCX happening, all right, if the KCX tell you the KSI is red in color, the market will be slow. But when the KSI turns green, wow, you see it accelerate, right? So obviously this KCX come with it, and then you see, oh my goodness, it's a KSI jump. Look at this mountainous run up here. Oh my goodness, that is about $1,600. So you don't need to be an expert to use KCX. It just tell you what to do. But if you're going to basically criticize it and not happy with it, then just move on in your life. Move on. Yeah, move on. You know? Yeah. So don't worry, this guy will be removed shortly. Yeah. Bitcoin equivalents. No, sorry, Andrew, don't have. There's no $2 target for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an uncharted territory. So there's no enough data to do this. Yeah, I'm so sorry, don't have. So it's really based on your personal take. But I do mention this before, you can use a KTR to consider taking profit. But of course, the KTR has its limit now because it's based on average. If the Bitcoin go crazy ballistic, then nothing can be done. How much capital do I need to trade 0.5, 0.1 in Bitcoin? Because it's too high. Too high means what? In terms of price? Okay, I think that for AIMS, they are trading at 0.01 level. Later on, I'll put in a trade and show you guys live in the Bitcoin group chat. Yeah, I'll do that. Huh? Okay, thank you. Whoever texts me now on the side, yeah, it's better to remove this person. So dear all, there's about 149 of you. Wow, good number. If basically you know anybody else is doing something to you, disturbing you, showing you negative stuff, or presenting you negativeness, tell me, PM me on the side. I will not release your name. I will take care of it and I'll remove that person straight away. I don't want this in my life. I just need lesser problem here. Okay. All right. If the person already know who you are, I say it's a him. Remove yourself. Make things easier for yourself. Okay. Huh? Chelsea, is Bitcoin a bubble? Okay. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is a new fiat currency, whereby people are using for speculation, but most of it is used for portability, which means that, right, if you're in a country and you need to remove 50,000 Sing dollars from one country to the other country, you know that, right, you bring out cash, it's a problem, you transfer the problem. But if you use Bitcoin, it's at this current now, it's 40,000 US dollars, example, then multiply by the exchange rate, right? You can port this to another country with just a key from one unknown wallet to another unknown wallet. Understand my point? So that is the real reason why the Bitcoin is going at such an alarming rate. So that is how it ports itself and its usability. So that's why the more it goes, right, the portability of the money is faster because it's getting at 50K per pop or 40K US per pop. Understand, Chelsea? Yeah. So is it a bubble? I'll put it this way, like, as long as people use it for portability, it cannot be a bubble. I mean, it's a bubble, but it's not going to prick that soon. Okay. Gracie, in my broker, 0.5 will need 15K. Okay, the broker that you're probably using itself is probably one of those regulated one, and they want you to be the leverage is very low. Now, do note for Bitcoin, most of the leverage across the board is 1 to 20, 1 to 35, or 20, 30, sorry. But of course, there's some exchange they give you 1 to 100, 1 to 200 leverage. So it's different to different. All right. At the moment now, we're trying to talk to Binance. Yeah, Binance and Bybit. Binance and Bybit. So we're talking to them and see how can we work with them to help our students to do this at a lower rate. I already tell you guys for AIMS, the spread is big because there's so many parties they have to go through. So that's why they understand this. They don't mind even have little sales or no sales because they know that they're trying to help us, that's all. Seriously, really, they really help us by just giving us data and then we just trade with whoever we think deem fit. Okay? All right, Janet, is BTC promoting money laundering? I told you portability. Okay, this one you go and decide on your own. Okay, all right. So let's see Bitcoin before I wrap it up for this morning. Just a quick one. Sorry to divert so much away, but you know, sometimes I just need your confirmation in a lot of stuff. So this morning you can see that the KCX already appear right at the bottom of the screen. So what you do is very simple. I'm going to do a quick one right here. So you can see on Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, basically, you can see the price is coming down, right? But the green already popping up. So it's already telling you to watch out for potential trades. So once you see that, right, there's a CCRY, you can go for buy. And if the KCX and the KSI is alignment, which means that KSI is green, right? Then you can consider to hold onto the gold, the Bitcoin position. But you must understand, you must follow the technique. So if you are buying here, your stop loss is here, okay? You must follow the technique. Then, of course, if you miss the first trade, can you buy again? No problem. As long as the profit is not given, you can enter again. And of course, you can see after this, you can see that the Bitcoin, oh my goodness, pump. So that is the beauty of our system. It tells you what to do. Wait. When you see the market comes down, wait for the KCX to turn green. Next, wait for the CCRY to come in. Do your risk on management. Nothing's 100%. There'll be losses. But as long as overall you make good, look at this particular trade. I love this trade. You see that? This is whereby the market purposely come down to hit the OP, touch OP. Then after that, recover, CCRY, touch OP, plus, very critical, this is a single rate. And then the price goes up. And the bottom of the screen, although the KSI was red in color, it turned green later. And obviously the KCX from blue turns nothing. Isn't that good? Yes, isn't that good? Serious, okay? Yes, I'm going to do Hang Seng shortly. Sorry, I missed it. Sorry, Okay, Hang Seng. Wow, this market really cannot come down. Very strong. So as long as Hang Seng has the power of the government funds, seriously, it's going to be very difficult for Hang Seng to come down. Very difficult. All right. Now you can see that now it's almost near to my target point. I did tell you guys it will come down to around here. Yesterday, it misses it by a fraction only. This is the chocolate bar, KCB, that is at 28,576, 28576. So maybe later on, if the Hang Seng go to this figure, you may want to take profit already, 576. Okay. If the Hang Seng come to here itself, right, do consider take some profit, 28576. Okay, yeah, yesterday Hang Seng closed at the high. So that's why today there should be some profit taking coming in as usual. Oh, did I miss a gold one? Oh shit, sorry, I deviated a bit. Oh my God, so sorry. Okay, my bad. No, I get angry, you know. Every day I'm doing so much things for all my friends here itself. Then people do have a funny thing, piss me off a big time. Okay, Hang Seng first. Hang Seng today opening price between pivot 1 and pivot 2. So above OP, it will go up to 28,724. Below OP, 28,200. Okay, so but KSI is red, green, sorry. So it will be more towards the upside today. Now, Hang Seng this morning gapped down, right, because of the Dow Jones. So it's trying to bring up again, but do watch it. If yesterday Hang Seng closed at a high, right? So usually when the market closes at high, next day there will be some profit taking. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's go back to gold. Apology. So gold now, not very good. I told you guys the MA 200 and MA 30 is converging into one another. And today is even tighter. Today is even tighter. It's now at 1874. It's the converging point already. So as long as gold stays below this converging point for MA purposes, then usually there will be bearishness. So that is something that you must take note. But Kel, every morning I see that gold goes up, but then after that evening come down. Yeah, that is my point here. In the financial market, right, if the market is bullish, you always see the opposite. Morning, there'll be some selling, afternoon or the nighttime, it will go up. If the market is bearish, usually morning it will go up, at night it will come down. So you get my point now? Little tip for today. All right, bearishness and bullishness. Okay, so take note of that. Of course, it's 24 hours market, obviously. Okay, so this is something that you must take note now for the MA. Now, weekly chart wise itself, right? Nothing have changed. The numbers are still there, 1866 and 1762. So same number down there. Okay. Now, because the weekly chart is actually a BNB, some traders ask me, Kel, can we put a BNB resistance and support there? You can. Yeah, it's a BNB, right? So you can put the resistance and support over there. You can do that. Today, gold level. Okay, no, nothing here. 1874. I told you right. Hosting 1874 is the level there. In between, nothing have. I don't have nothing for you. Okay, not every day got 40 number. Hosting is a very good guy. Always trying to learn more and stuff like that. Okay, now for the individual, I will trade the boy system chart. Okay, now for gold, 1854 is a resistance and gold already triggered it. But the KSI is green in color. So that means that the market got buying momentum still. So you can see that even though it came down on yesterday's chart, the buying came back in, right? So as long as the KSI is green, anytime when the gold comes down to -1 to -3, look out for buying interest, okay? Now today there's a KCB, and the KCB is very near to our pivot to 1827. It's a strong KCB level. I repeat, 1827. So Hoseng, if you want to make a number, is this number now, 1827. Why? Because 1827 was created on this guy. And wow, look at it. Every time when gold hit 1827, gold rebounded. Okay? Every time when gold hit 1827, the gold rebounded. All right, so I cannot deny this. If gold do come down to 1827, traders, you have to consider to do some buyback. So right now somewhere, 1827. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, 40 number. All right, no worries. Okay, so that is gold at the moment right now. Okay, someone texted me on the side. Okay, Kel, can show the Dow Jones chart again. Okay. No worries. Okay, this is Dow Jones chart. Now Dow is recovering back to 30,983. So if the Dow Jones stays above 983, that means there's some support there. Now at the moment, you can see Dow is still trying its best to stay above, trying to go above the 30,983 level. That is a pivot 2 level. But the KSI shows a different picture. The KSI shows that there is still a lot of selling and there is a single yellow just now. Not so good. All right, it's a zebra, in fact. Honestly, it's a zebra. Okay, so that is the market. Bitcoin, yes. Now, Bitcoin, how about it today? Well, Bitcoin now is staging above the 30 pivot 2, 39,245. So which means that pivot, pivot. Today, this cryptocurrency Bitcoin could be moving. If it goes past 39,821, there's a chance for it to really touch back the high again. That's 41,917. Okay, but I will just say this up front here. If later on you see that Bitcoin doesn't cross above 39,821, then maybe those who are long consider take some profit. Now, why you want to say this? Because one thing you must understand. I said this before. I'll say this again. If there is going to be any dramatic pullback on the US stock market, gold will also come down. And Bitcoin will likely also follow through. When things happen, everybody want to get their assets away. There will be a sudden, in general, profit taking across the board. Okay, that's my personal take. I can be wrong. Maybe people say, okay, they dump equity, buy Bitcoin. Maybe, but at least I just on tell you we look at numbers first. So 39,821. If Bitcoin today cannot go past it, or you see there's some resistance around that point, just be more careful. Okay. Right, 39,821 on Bitcoin. All right. Before you go, don't go so fast. Just keep yourself positive, okay? Even though this morning I ran a little bit, I'm so sorry. I don't need to do that, but most of you are my student, right? Myself. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. That's why when I saw this, I tell myself, okay, this guy is a Roman emperor. He tells me, and I did this, then I must keep myself cool. So yes, I did. I tried my best. So FYI, if this particular student, after we remove him, he get upset and contact you, please keep those messages and send me a copy of that. I would love to have that. Yes, because we may take legal action on him. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for today. I really appreciate this morning. Okay, have a great day. Remember, today's TGIF. If you're driving, don't drink. If you're driving, don't drive. And of course, Monday is a holiday. Okay, I'll see you on Monday, MAO. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.